We need to make sure that Kyo and Shin just turtle up 3 games in a row.
True.
That's all we need. But regardless, we're going to be jumping in here onto Oceanborn, kicking off our quarterfinals, where over here on Oceanborn in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right, we have our orange. I'm not used to him being orange, but yeah, we have our orange Terran player here. Coming down from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing Shopify Rebellion. We have the Protoss Hitman himself. It's ByuN.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the German Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Lambo. Also, we do apologize because apparently the stream went down again in the middle of that series. God. God
SMH my head, Telstra. SMH.
Oh, yeah. So we do apologize for that. Apparently the stream has only been back up for 10 minutes, so,
Oof. I think at the end of Rex vs. Lambo, I think.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. We do apologize if you guys missed out on some of those games. We just didn't notice the stream went down.
Yeah, we do apologize for that, and we do apologize that the VOD will be a little bit affected, but do not fret. We do have a local recording, and we'll try to get that. We'll try to get that online as quickly as we can.
Yeah. We'll do our best to sort that out. It isn't Telstra, it's just Twitch servers. Unfortunate.
True.
Feels Twitch servers, man.
I still want to blame Telstra regardless, but
Okay.
I have heard tales. Is it the elusive drop modem, which I think is a distant cousin of the drop bear.
Mm-hmm.
But even deadlier.
There you go. For now, though, we are going to be settling in. There's going to be a standard open. It's going to be a Rax Expand build here by ByuN. And meanwhile, Lambo across the map just going for a Hatch Gas Pool standard opener as well. We're just going to be calming things down. We're going to be settling in. It is a little bit sad, though, because like we've been losing a lot of viewers today just because of the stream being very unstable. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that means fewer Gamba. SMH.
Speaking of, if you're in the chat, Gambas are now open. You can place your bets who you think will claim the series. Again, there's a fresh best of 3, and best of luck in the chat. Best of luck with those predictions.
Yeah. See who takes this in the end. So again, taking things. ByuN going for a 3cc before Stargate. Yet again, Starport.
Yeah, is going for an economic opener, going for that third TC. I'm going for the add-on swap as well, so everything's looking quite economic, quite normal here from ByuN. It's important to point that out because ByuN can be hyper-aggressive, especially with 2 Rax Reaper openers. But here, ByuN is playing as standard can be.
Pretty much. Possibly throwing Lambo off a little bit. Lambo, we know that he is somebody who practices with ByuN. He is somebody who does go over some games as well, so I'm sure Lambo is well aware of how ByuN likes to play, and so I'm curious as to what the response is going to be here. I have a feeling we're just going to be seeing a very reactive Lambo in this series.
Yeah, I'm sure we will, and can he react in time to ByuN is the question, as ByuN has been on fire as of late, winning weekly after weekly, time and time again. Can he be stopped for now? Just getting into Hellion Banshee, third base soon to be up and running as well. Both players just kind of getting into the swing of things, getting into the mid game. It's a bit of a dance here between the Queens and the Hellions.
Hellions go in, Queens go out. Can't explain that. Lambo doing a really good job of just zoning away this initial scouting force. Now, it is only 2 Hellions and 1 Reaper, but you do not want to underestimate that at all. If they somehow manage to slip through these Queens, and as we can see, they're also being met with a couple more Hellions. If they somehow manage to slip through these Queens, this is more than enough to one-shot a drone line.
Oh, yeah. It is going to be more than enough. We do see across the map, it is going to be a lair into Bailey Nest. So basically, Lambo's playing as safe as possible. He's not rushing into earlier upgrades. He's not cutting any corners. He's getting into Bailing speed. We'll be ready in case there was like a Hellbat timing or something crazy like that. Lambo just making sure he doesn't get caught off guard.
Yeah, once again, just very reactive play coming up from Lambo. He knows that how versatile ByuN really can be, so he doesn't want to lock himself into any particular unit composition or army composition yet. Tech path yet.
Doesn't want to lock himself down. We do have ByuN rotating around, just vying for that creep control or that map control. Behind this, we do have a 5-rack setup here, and I'm curious if ByuN is going to double down. Usually, if you go for a racked explosion like this, then he could end up going for an 8 racks.
Yeah, it looks like we're bricking. We're going to keep our eyes on that production tab to see if ByuN ends up getting a 4th base, and even if he does get a 4th base, will he saturate it? Specifically, will he saturate the gases?
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the gases, we'll keep an eye on the production, we'll see if ByuN does throw down extra racks back at home. For the time being, just poking in. We do have Ling Bane on the way for Lambo, Bathing Speed now being researched. Banshees, they do hit the natural, they will pose a threat, but for the most part, Lambo does handle himself well.
Oh, fill up his drones fairly effectively. Queen somehow gonna live through all of this. Transfuse coming in clutch right at the end.
Yeah, Lambo does save the Queen, does fend off the Banshees. Hellions, they've been delaying the creep for a moment. They've been delaying, okay, you can catch some consumers here in the center of the map as well, as ByuN is still building up back at home before he does push.
Indeed, he is. Upgrades are on the way, and we already have our little force out in the map, our initial push out in the map.
Yeah, the Marines have arrived, tanks are building up, we have the Armory 422. Again, it was a bit of a slower start for ByuN. I mean, that's typically how Heli and Banshee does go, but now the Bio Army can hit the field.
I think we need to emphasize for ByuN in that sentence. This is a pretty typical TvZ start, but for ByuN, yeah, a little bit slower than what he usually does.
And at the same time, Lambo does go for a massive counterattack. He's going for the mineral line. And the SCVs, how do they get out of here? Oh no!
They cannot. The entire line falls, and now, oh man, ByuN has to reciprocate somehow.
Yeah, 17 SCVs going down. ByuN, he has to keep pushing. He has to keep going. He will be headed towards the right-hand side. Hydras are amassing. Banelings as well. Lambo, he's going to be ready for this.
There's only one tank. Only one tank here for ByuN, and that's a lot of Banelings. ByuN really needs to split his army as best he can.
Yeah, he does have to split. The initial hellbats are being cleaned up. ByuN is reinforcing that. There's a lot of Marines. Lambo, he does have some things to work with, but he needs so much more.
Yeah, he needs that Ling buffer. He needs to be able to try to get on top of these Marines and prevent... There we go. That. These Banelings just getting sniped immediately. Yeah,
the Mass Marine is just becoming a little bit too much. The Banelings, they will not connect. The spread is too good. We have some okay connections, but Lambo, his 4th base has been broken. The mineral line is going to be going down. Even though ByuN lost all of his workers across the map, it does not matter.
Yeah, unfortunately, some good Baneling connections it's not going to be enough when you have a brick being thrown your way.
Yeah. As again, that was that Rax explosion into 5 Raxes. It was enough to break the expansion. Lambo, he loses 12 workers. He's going to try to catch reinforcements, and he will get us around on these Marines.
Yeah, we'll be able to get at least one of these tanks. One Baneling left, and it does get a good connection. Some more reinforcements are starting to drip in, but it looks like ByuN does have to forfeit this position. He did take out the hatchery, though, and all of those workers, and we're also not slowing down. That's constant 9 Marine production for ByuN.
Yeah, that's a lot of Marines on the way here for ByuN as he's just rallying across the map. His goal here is to end the game. Now, he does have a 4CC on the way, so he is not completely all in, but his goal here was to deal critical damage, and so far he has.
Lambo's not dead yet, but he does need to re-drone. He does need to get his economy back up and running. And he needs to be able to survive the second wave coming out here for ByuN. 2-2, just about halfway done for him.
Yeah, it is almost kicking in here for ByuN. Meanwhile, Lambo has the Hive, is working on Adrenal as we speak, and ByuN is making his way towards that 3rd base. Won't quite get much done, though. There's plenty of Ling Bane to deal with this.
Yeah, but you know what? There are also plenty of medevacs to pick up and evacuate.
ByuN does pull away. The creep so far is looking quite solid on the left-hand side. The expansion is getting fully saturated. ByuN, he has a choice to make. Does he keep pushing here on the right, or does he rotate over towards the left-hand side and try to deny that fourth base for a second time?
Or does he split push?
Huh? So going to do so.
As he brings a couple of his medevacs back home, and he is gathering the rest of his reinforcements to go for the left-hand side. Full-on pincer mover is on the way.
Yeah, he's got the Marines, the force here on the right. He's got a force towards the left-hand side as well. The mine shots are gonna connect. Big connections on the Lings.
And that's a lot of Lambo's buffer just going down like that.
It's going down. Vipers have arrived. They can help support with blinding clouds, with parasitic bombs as well. But again, Lambo is still being forced to split between these two locations. Can Lambo hold on? The supplies are similar, but ByuN does have the army advantage.
Massive army advantage, yeah. He is starting to slow down a little bit when it comes to his worker production, but this is Terran. Mules are all you need.
And thankfully for Lambo, he can deal with these armies one at a time. He does collapse here on the right-hand side, it kills a tank, it gets a medevac as well. The drop does boost into the main at the same time. ByuN is gaining ground.
Yeah, pushing here towards the left-hand side. Only has one Widow Mine, and it already has spent it's already spent. ByuN needs to be careful here not to just run into banelings.
And nice spread here by ByuN. He will pull away in time. The medevacs, they do barely get the hell out of there. ByuN will shut down the... Lambo will shut down the army, though. Does save the expansion.
Yeah, does save the expansion. Does still drop into main base. Lambo gaining a little bit of ground, but once again, here come the reinforcements from ByuN. This production has not stopped.
Yeah, ByuN just trying to brute force Lambo to death here, just rallying Marines and Widow Mines across the map, finally incorporating a handful of Marauders as well, so he's finally diversifying his army a little bit here, at least ByuN is, but Lambo, he's buying some precious time to try to get into Lurker production. Lurker Den is on the way, but it's not ready yet.
You know what these Marauders mean? It means you've gone full brick. 8 racks is out right now for ByuN, and he is constantly producing. He is never going to get a 5th base here. That is just not in the cards. He is just going to be non-stop producing bio, and he's looking to, like you said, just brute force Lambo into submission.
Yeah, exactly. The base is denied. Lambo does have some decent Ling Bane here on top of the ramp, and he will deter ByuN for the time being. And again, Lambo, he just needs to buy time for that Lurker production. Lurker Gen is done, but Lurker upgrades are not.
That it isn't. And you know what else is done? Ghost Academy.
Ghost Academy has completed. Meanwhile, mine shots going up. Good connections on the Ling Bane.
Yeah, most of the Lings have fallen, and now the Banelings are just going to be taken out one by one as they try to get into this choke point.
Yeah, nice join here on the medevacs. 1, 2 medevacs going to be going down. Massive pickups here from Lambo. He does hold on to the high ground, does force ByuN back. At the same time, Lambo going for a big Ling Bane counter attack. Oh no!
Nice pull off right at the end there.
Yeah, it does pull away in time. Going for the planetary. Planetary's up and running, but the Banelings to get into the mineral line.
A huge connection, but not enough, it seems. Very nice maneuver here from ByuN to get into the planetary and then out of the planetary.
It does load up, does save as many SCVs as he could. Nice little micro move from ByuN. At the same time, the expansion is going to be denied, and Lambo's creep has been receding this entire time because of the aggression of ByuN. And ByuN, he gets 2 expansions. This base is going to be going down, or at least he wants it. He wants it, man.
Yeah, the other base is pretty much completely forfeit. The Lurkers are out, and a couple of clutch transfuses will try to keep the Satchery alive, but ByuN really wants it, and he gets it.
Yeah, he does get the expansion. He gets 1, he will get the other as well, but that is 15 lunkers for Lambo.
Like so. Eventually, these 2 Marines are doing their best.
I mean, they got it down to like a 3rd HP. They did well for themselves. Reinforcements have arrived. They shut down the expansion. That's 2 bases going down for Lambo. Lambo is down to a 3 base economy. I should say to like a 2 base economy at this one. He barely has anything going and barely has anything left.
Yeah, now the ghosts are out. No comment on that. They will help with the Lurkers.
Yes, they will. The ghosts are spotted. GG gets called as Lambo has run out of steam, and ByuN will take game number 1.
GG. Nicely done here from ByuN. Just non-stop aggression. The minute 1-1 finished up, we just revved up. He put his foot on the gas and never let up for a second.
Oh yeah, he just
non-stop bioproduction.
Exactly. He just eventually slowly overwhelmed Lambo. As we're settling into our next game, a big shout out to Gemini GGE Mini in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great time. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a great performance in your own matches as well. And we did notice you on the challenge bracket. We were tempted to cast your series against T-Bull. Hope you had a great time. And welcome everyone. Welcome to the WardiTV Monday.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much appreciated, Gemini. Hope that yeah, hope you guys are having a good time, and hope you guys are gonna enjoy what we've got in store for you.
I like his comment. Good thing you didn't. Oh no. I'm sure it was a good series. I'm sure you had a good performance. It's okay, Pat. It's okay.
Speed running to just cast trap. True.
You're an
That
animal.
is the way. If you can't play against your idol, then you might as well speed run so you can, get into your idol's game.
I mean, that's commitment right there. Just saying. That's some proper commitment. Shout out to Gemini.
Yeah.
Oh no, Yaku. Oh no.
Oh, I was ready.
So no, I'll rejoin the lobby.
I was ready to go up against ByuN.
For those that are curious, the lobby started counting down as Yaku was in the player slots, and it was like, oh god.
Look, I have a TvT build.
Oh, let's go.
I have 2 TvT builds.
Let's go. Are they good enough to bring on ByuN though?
Well, one of them is a build that ByuN came up with. So.
You're not right. True.
And it's also, I think, outdated now. Since nobody opens with Cyclones anymore, yeah. But regardless, we're going to be continuing our best of 3 quarterfinals now on site Delta. And we're here in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right. We have our orange. Still can't get over the fact that he's orange now. Orange Terran player coming out of the land of Korea. He's, of course, going to be representing Shopify Rebellion. We have ByuN.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the German Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Lambo.
Up 2 racks.
Yeah.
ByuN doing ByuN things once again.
Yeah, ByuN finally embracing his own build, finally looking to be more assertive and more aggressive in the early game with the 2x Reaper.
Yeah, Lambo, meanwhile, it's at the back of his head, I'm sure. He hasn't confirmed this, but I'm pretty confident in Lambo's ability to at least push these initial Reapers away.
Yeah, as we are going for a Hatchgas full standard opener for Lambo. Meanwhile, Yaku, as a Zerg player, as a Terran player.
As a Zerg player, yes.
As a Terran player, I have to ask you. Have you been tempted? Have you been tempted to open up 2x Reaper in TvZ?
A little bit, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit, but every time I look at this build, it brings back too many nostalgic memories from 2017-ish.
Are they good or bad nostalgic memories? I don't.
Well, that was a time when there was one particular 3 racks build that I shamelessly stole from a player who is now retired. It was Fuely's.
Yeah, Fuely. True.
Fuely's 3 racks, which immediately after I started using it, he switched to Protoss, and then a couple months later retired.
True. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. So I understand. Basically, you're saying whenever you think about doing this build, your mind is just overwhelmed by Fuely, and you just want to do the Fuely build.
Betrayal.
Again.
Yeah. I want to do the Fuely build again, but then my mind goes like, no, but the betrayal.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I might try it out. The main reason why I haven't is mostly because I think I'm really stubborn. And I'm just like, nope, I have this one build that I learned a while ago, and I only have enough brain RAM capacity for one at a time, so I'm not throwing away what's worked for so long for a new build. So
fair enough.
I think that's the main one, but also when it involves 2 Raxes on the low ground, I don't know how to position.
you're like Papi, I can't wall. I can't wall off Papi.
It's especially in this map pool where we have post youth, and
true.
my brain just gets broken when I'm like, you're telling me that I don't throw down the CC on the low ground as part of the wall? Huh?
You're like, mate, it's already, with post youth, it's already too much to handle, Papi. It's already too much. True. Meanwhile, when it comes to the opener itself here, ByuN, he doesn't get too much damage across the map, but he does delay. The purpose of this build is to contain, and Lambo, his third base, is insanely late because of the Reapers, and we have a very hefty bio follow-up. Now, thankfully, Lambo did scout. The Overlord dipped in, and Lambo did get eyes on the 3rd Rax that was being thrown down.
Yeah, he's well aware what's coming his way, ByuN. Once again, just continuing to play as aggressive as can be.
Yeah, there's going to be a very hefty timing here for ByuN. Basically, ByuN, he's going to be delaying his starport, delaying medevacs to build up a stronger and larger bio army to hit with stim with +1. This is looking quite reminiscent to the Cure build that ByuN has also been incorporating as well. The Cure build that we saw at EWC against Raynor, where he did go for this insane 2-base all-in. I'm curious if that's what ByuN is planning to go for, as ByuN has also been incorporating it from time to time. Did do it last week against Shin in the Ursasaurus Cup.
Yeah, it's really looking that way as we peek at that production tab, but the problem for ByuN right now is that Lambo is well aware that it's coming. He's already scouted that. If he hadn't already scouted it with his Overlord, his Ling absolutely has, but also he only has Lings, so it's a little bit vulnerable.
I mean, Lambo was watching those games. I think he even made a YouTube video about that Cure build at EWC. So Lambo, he cuts workers at 45. He's got +1 carapace on the way. Only the 1 Evo chamber, only the 1 upgrade. And he's been amassing Lings the entire time. ByuN does spot the Lings. He will back off. He will respect them. What does he get back home, though? Up!
Yeah, that's no corner to hide in. So he turns around and fights.
It does scare those Lings away. ByuN still building up, still working on that upgrade timing. +1 is about to kick in. Likewise, so is combat shields, and now ByuN is reinforced, and now he can move out.
Yeah, a couple of medevacs as well, gonna be zooming their way across the map. Gonna be able to at least allow ByuN to stim more than once.
He will have those sims available. Likewise, Lambo has been joining up slightly back at home. Bailey Ness on the way, Lair now on the way as well, but he's not into Ling Bane yet, just still purely Lings. And ByuN will have some Reapers to help add some more micro potential with his main army.
Yeah, that's a pretty massive window here for ByuN, where Lambo doesn't have any Banelings to work with. This round coming in, but that's a lot of man with gun.
Yeah, the Lings, they melt before the Marines. +1 does kick in, and Lambo's being caught with his pants down. The Lings go down, the Queens go down, and ByuN, he's breaking through.
Just like so. Baneling that's only now finishing up, but there are no Lings. GG is called. ByuN will be taking game number 2, as well as the series, 2-0.
GG, well played. ByuN will take it again. That is a very nasty build. It hits like a truck with the Mass Marine. Initially, Lambo was doing well for himself, but he had a really rough start to the engagement. He bled out so many Lings trying to surround ByuN's army. Likewise, Bailey production was delayed for Lambo as well, and unfortunately, he was overwhelmed by that +1 push.
Yeah. All right, you've convinced me, Light. I'm gonna attempt to incorporate this build.
I mean, this isn't quite a this is a Cure build, but sure, yeah. I mean, true. It can be quite terrifying, and with that, GG will play. ByuN will advance on into the next round, and we have our semi-finals ready for us.
Oh, we do. We do have both semifinals. I believe the upper semis is still on the way, though, so we might have to wait a little while for people to come off of game. But yeah, regardless, this is concluded. ByuN will be advancing to face MaxPax in the lower bracket semifinals. So the lower semifinals. MaxPax, who just took out Trap 2-1. Oh.
Oh, yeah, it went all the way to the ace match. I mean, apparently Gemini was covering that series, so I hope it was... I mean, it looks like a good one to have it go all the way to the ace match. So very well done there by Trap. Max does not often lose games in PvP, so very impressive.
Yeah,